Hello, I was on the train the other day, and as is often the case, I had brought with me a shuttle and a bit of thread. So I decided to make a simple one-shuttle edging to use on a handkerchief. So it's quite a simple edging. I thought I'd make a video of it to show you how to make it. I'm going to write the pattern in the information box below the video. And I might design a corner for it, but this design is quite flexible, as you can see. So I think I'll probably instead just attach those sort of 3 rings closer to the corner like this to make it go around the corner. So I probably won't need to have a special corner. This gives you a lot of flexibility with this edging, so you can make it the length you need and then just attach it. It'll even go around corners. Purple's a little bit difficult to see on here, so I'm starting in a different color and to show you how to begin really. So we're going to start with making the first ring, which is 3 picots separated by 3 stitches. And I'm wrapping around my hand and I hide the first end, or the only end in this case, because you only have one shuttle. So the end is on top like this, and then you just fold it under and bring it back, and then we're going to tat over it. So this is the first half stitch. So second half stitch, so that's the first double stitch completed. I'm gonna tug on it to make sure it's all into the first knot and cut it shorter. Like this, and we're going to carry on. So that's 1 stitch and 2 and 3. I find, I've made a video of this, I find if you keep the end quite short, sometimes you can manage to just aim it straight through the loop for making the stitches, and it saves you having to pull it through with your hook. So that's 3 stitches, 1 picot, fairly small picot, like so. It's a little bit short. There we are, 1 and 2, 3. And now I'm going to tug on the end. That's it. Pull it out and cut it very close to the last stitch. And then we can carry on completing this ring. So 1, 2, 3, a picot, 3 stitches, 2, 3, and a picot, 1, 2, 3. So that's the first ring. We're making trefoils, so 3 rings attached together. So that's the first ring. The middle one is a bit larger, so we're doing 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and join. And I'm sure you've heard me say this many times, but in case you're new to my videos, I count the join as the first half of the following stitch. So I've done the join, and I'm carrying on with the second half, and that completes the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and a picot. 1. Oh no, sorry, we're making the big ring. So the big ring has graduated picots here in the middle, so a short, a long, and a short. And I'm doing this stitch, so a small picot, and then straight away a longer picot like this, and a shorter picot like so, and 3 stitches. So I've made 1 stitch already to complete the picot. 2, 3, a picot, and 3 stitches. 2, 3, and close the ring. And I keep being in 2 minds about the background. I've used both black and white. In fact, I've used white a lot more often than I've used black, but some of you have told me you prefer it on the dark background. So please do comment and let me know if you prefer the white or the black. So 3 stitches, this is the 3rd ring of the trefoil, 3 stitches and join, 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and a picot, and 3 stitches, 2, 3 and a picot, and 3 stitches to complete the ring. 2, 3 and close the ring. So this is our first trefoil completed. Reverse, we're going to reverse work, and this is where we're going to leave some bare thread. And in this, I was working on the train. I didn't have a gauge with me, or I didn't have anything to make one either, so I just eyeballed my bare threads. But I've calculated that about 1 centimeter is good. So if you want to work with a picot gauge, or just a gauge, in this case it's not for a picot, it's for the bare threads, so just if you want to work with a gauge so that your bare threads are all the same length, you just cut yourself a little bit of card 1 centimeter wide, place it on top right against the last ring that you've made, then wrap around the hand and back on top of the picot gauge. And the little rings at the bottom are 4 picot 4. So I'm making the first half and making sure it's really tight against my bit of cardboard. So the cardboard is in between the last ring made and then the new stitch, the first stitch of the next ring. And second half to make the first half stitch, and you can remove it at any stage really once you made the first stitch. And there's your length of bare thread measured to 1 centimeter. 2, 3, 4 stitches and a small picot. This is just to attach to the fabric afterwards. 3, 4 and close the ring. Reverse work, and then we're going to use the gauge again, placing it on top of your thread right against the ring you've just made. Wrap around your hand and back on top of the gauge, and then make the first half stitch nice and snug against your piece of card. 1, 2, 3. Remove your gauge. And 1 picot, so we're joining not at the bottom picot here but on the side one, so we have 1 picot, 3 more stitches, 1, 2, 3 and join. Yep. Oh yes, I had it on the wrong side for some reason. It was facing this way, but you need to be looking at the front of the first trefoil that you made. So join to the side picot there. 1, 2, 3 stitches, a picot, and 3 stitches to complete the ring. 3 and close the ring. There we are. And now we're making the center ring of the trefoil. 1, 2, there's a bit of fluff on my thread there. 3 and join. 1, 2, 3 and the graduated picots. 1 short, 1 longer, 1 short, and 3 stitches. 2, 3 and a small picot and 3 stitches. 2, 3 and close the ring. And now we're making the last ring of the trefoil. Oops. 1, 2, 3 stitches and join. 1, 2, 3 and a picot. 1, 2, 3 and a picot and 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And now we're back at the bare thread portion of the pattern. So you reverse work, place your picot gauge on top against the last ring worked around your hand and back on top of the gauge. And we're making 4 stitches, making sure the first half is snug against your card. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a picot, and 1, 2. Oh, my thread is loose in there, it keeps unwinding. 2, 3, 4, and close the ring. Like this, and reverse work. And then we're using the gauge again on top of your thread against your ring. Wrap around your hand, back on top of the gauge, and ready to make the first stitch of the next ring, which is the first small ring of the trefoil. So 1, 2, 3. Remove the gauge. A picot. 1, 2, 3, and join. And 3 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, and a picot. 1, 2, 3, and close the ring. So that's it. You just carry on like this as long as you need your edging to be. I hope you enjoy making this. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.